everybody. I'm Ken Reddick from Mel Media. We're a digital production studio here in Toronto, and last September we embarked on an ambitious RFP for the Royal Ontario Museum's upcoming dinosaur show. The RFP consisted of developing a number of ideas for augmented reality and how to bring that to a museum exhibit, a public exhibit. One of the things that we, I guess, sort of on the topic of out of the box, one of the things we were thinking about is how to be able to bring, something that's being able to, being able to bring an experience that has something kind of factual, something fun, something surprising, and do all of those things in a number of different ways. So the first thing that we came up with was this idea about bringing some activations to an out-of-home experience, and we're sort of seeing some of this stuff now with Astro, which just released a platform for doing something very similar. But the idea with this first execution was to be able to bring an out-of-home experience and to combine an application that could be used in exhibit. And so what we came up with was to build an iOS app and use the string library to be able to do very fast tracking and very great, and using the Unity engine as well to be able to deliver a very high quality experience. And the first activation was this poster where you point your phone at it, launch the app, and you would get this dinosaur that would break out of the post-it. Second, so that was kind of like one of those examples of a sort of surprise, kind of a wow moment for people that would not necessarily be expecting something like that from a museum per se. And what we're seeing on the bottom is actually an execution of this large footprint graphic. That the concept behind that was, how can we be able to sort of bring a dinosaur into an actual space and kind of see it in its relative scale. So through using this very large ground marker, you would get a sensation of just how big this Giganotosaurus actually was. And one of the things that we thought that we would experiment with as well with that was the combination of gyroscope, pairing the gyroscope of the device to the augmented reality experience, so that once when you point your phone at the marker, it's actually quite a large dinosaur, so you either have to step away, or you have this sort of inkling to kind of do this, and realizing that we can use the gyroscope. Once you set that registration point, we can kind of use the gyroscope to sort of leave the marker and look around at this large scale dinosaur. So that was kind of a step beyond the out of the box and kind of the expected augmented reality, and trying to find a way to sort of deal with some of those registration issues that are obviously so prevalent. And so that was a little bit of backstory as well. That this is the first time that the museum has done an execution with marketing and the exhibit together, and sort of combine their efforts to really create a cohesive experience and look, and a way to sort of grab people out in the wild, but also have something in the exhibit. These are just some examples here of what you would actually see. So you hold the phone up, and then you get this Giganotosaurus with blast out of the poster. So we were able to, obviously take that same asset, reuse that content and animation for what you'd actually be seeing on the footprint marker. So this is actually kind of an example of once you've left the marker and you can explore the size. And of course, you could take pictures that you could share, and that was kind of that sort of buzz generation that Ron was hoping to get. So then once you've got that app, or once you've come to the museum, you have the opportunity to now have an experience inside the exhibition. And there were a number of things that we explored with that. We kind of settled on a couple of things. One was primarily the use of markers at around 3 of the key dinosaurs: Giganotosaurus, T-Rex, and Carnotaurus. And the experience was very much that you point your phone at this device, and you would get this sort of dinosaur would come to life, and the show, but the AR was, bringing this dinosaur to life. And I think, expectations are that, well, we didn't really bring anything to life, but we did, show you a representation of what something would look like. And I think for those, the audience that really hadn't had much experience with augmented reality, it was a huge impact on the experience. I think it was something like 75% of the audience that came and experienced the AR felt that it was greatly beneficial to the experience. So we had 3 of these kind of traditional AR experiences, and here's another example of Carnotaurus. And then you could get some more didactic information about some of the features of the anatomy of the actual animals. But we really wanted to do something more than we really wanted to be able to interact with the skeletons themselves, and so we thought about, okay, well, what are we going to do? We've got the skeletons, and can we, how can we flesh these things out? How can we, bring these more to life? And kind of a place of where we are today and where we might be in the future, it was kind of resulted in the realization that, well, in order to do that, we're going to have to litter the skeleton with tracking markers, and that's not really going to be super appealing to this very minimal and elegant design of the museum space. So we kind of, to Jim's idea, we came up with this idea to use the iPad itself in kind of an innovative way, and part of this also was to give museum visitors that don't have their own device to experience the AR an opportunity to have a similar experience. So there were a number of different factors. If we were going to hand out iPads, how is that going to be managed? It would be very difficult. So this idea of mounting them in a position and making them available to everyone, and using the gyroscope and a 360 spherical image of the museum with an animated dinosaur in that 3D space provided kind of a very immersive, very simple, very meaningful experience to kind of an augmentation of reality. It's not a live picture, it's not using registration to match up the 3D dinosaur with the skeleton. You can imagine the inherent problems of trying to take a 3D model and make it fit perfectly over top of an actual spindly little giant dinosaur. So this was an attempt at being able to remove some of that slip or lack of registration. So just quickly, I'll just show some of the images of that. So these are the stands that were one of the stands. So basically, you could walk up and you could touch the screen, and when you move the device, it's actually moving one-to-one with the real environment. You're seeing in the background the museum space. You're seeing the dinosaur in front of you, and you can touch different parts of the experience to interact with it and call up different animations about what different parts of its anatomy, basically. And so I think that there's a lot of other experiences that we built for the show as well. There were Kinect cameras on reactive walls, and we built a multi-user puzzle game. And there was a lot of technology being used in the show, and I think it's really amazing that you have this experience with all this technology, but we're talking about 200 million year old dinosaurs, and that those two worlds coming together are pretty amazing. And the simple story of bringing these dinosaurs to the here and now is it's kind of what we all would like to imagine. So I think that this is an interesting experiment with the ROM